Hello and welcome to the Ludus Colony. I'm Colonel Mustard, and in this series we're going to be playing Quake, released all the way back in 1996, depressingly also known as Last Century. Somewhat foolishly, we're going to be playing it on Nightmare difficulty, which is it's something I may come to regret, but it's happening. Now, this was a pretty revolutionary game in terms of graphics and physics and so on, much as it may now look like a muddy soup of polygons. This isn't me playing, by the way. This is the demo that runs when you first start up the game. So yeah, Quake was developed by id Software, and as I said, it came out in 1996, which makes it about the same age as the original Tomb Raider and Command and Conquer Red Alert, in a bit of historical context. And it was a major factor in boosting the popularity of, I suppose, online multiplayer. And it's also quite a significant game for me personally, because it was the first-person shooter I ever played, or at least the shareware version was. That's the first episode of the game. Back when I got my first PC, I think the only games I had were just the ones that came free with Windows, until I had a friend at school who burned me a CD with, I'm going to say, 7 or 8 games on it, one of which was the shareware Quake, and I played it a lot, which means in theory I should know the first episode very well, in theory. Then the rest, I got the full game a few years later, and I did play through it once or twice maybe, but I had a lot of other games to play by then, so I don't know episodes 2 to 4 nearly as well as 1, which is why attempting Nightmare mode is probably an incredibly bad idea, all the more so since I haven't played this in a very long time. I don't know how many years it's been, but it's definitely double figures, so this is likely to be an act of absolute folly, but I like a challenge, so let's get into it. Apologies for the tiny text. This is not a remaster or anything. This is the version of Quake that's been on my hard drive for a couple of decades at this point, so it's an old game. I've put the resolution up as high as it'll go, but that's not very high, so the text is pretty small. But I mean, it's not a text-heavy game anyway. I think at the end of each episode you get like a big screed of what passes for story, kind of pseudo-Lovecraftian nonsense. The kind of thing that almost certainly contains the word Eldritch. Other than that, though, I mean, it's a game devoted entirely to quite prodigious violence, so text size, not really an issue. So let's just get going. It's a very slow console. Okay, we're starting off in this room. Welcome to Quake, which is the difficulty selection area, which is quite an unusual way to select difficulty. Normally you just get options on a menu, and from a game design perspective I can see why. Partly just clarity, partly so you don't have to build an entire map. Also, I would imagine probably for localization purposes. If you're selling to a whole load of different markets that speak different languages, it's presumably easier to translate a menu than actual in-game elements. But I like that it's something different. Now, I did say we were going to be playing Nightmare mode, and as you can see, that is not an option. So, just need to pick one for now and go through. That was rude. Just got hit up the arse by a ball of lava. Anyway. Okay. This is where you select which episode you want to play. From 1 to 4, left to right, pretty straightforward. But wait, what's he doing? This is episode 4. This is madness. Also, why is the floor also made of water? Weird. Look at that, a handy beam. That is the entrance to episode 4, which is currently not relevant because we haven't even started yet. And oh, look at this, a secret passage. Love a secret passage. This passage selects Nightmare skill. Now I happen to remember, this right here is a button. The Well of Wishes awaits in the Crypt of Decay. Do I know what that means? Yes, I do. Yes, I remember now. Okay, we've unlocked something, which is delightful. I don't remember this button having skulls on it, which is presumably just the resolution. It's no longer just some pixels. like it was back in the day when I played it. Anyway, there we go, nightmare mode. See, look, the portal is even made of lava. That should tell you something. Okay. I am almost certainly going to regret that. I may scrape through episode 1, but the rest is going to be a challenge. There's a distinct risk of becoming a victim of my own hubris here, but I'm committed now. So in case you're wondering, by the way, that portal just takes you back to the difficulty selection. Okay. Oh, wait. One last thing before I get on with it and skip to the part where we shoot monsters in the face. I should quickly explain the music, or rather lack thereof. There is a kind of ambient, atmospheric soundtrack in this game by 9 Inch Nails, but it doesn't work unless you have the disc inserted, which I don't. It's entirely possible I do still have the disc somewhere in a box, in a cupboard, but by the time I found it I could probably be halfway through the game, and I honestly can't ever remember actually having it work in the game anyway. I think I've only heard it as a separate soundtrack, so this will just be completely normal for me. If you are missing the music, I can only apologise. It's probably for the best anyway, because I believe including the music is a good way to get videos taken down for tedious copyright reasons. So, first episode, Dimension of the Doomed. The mystical past comes alive. Pretty appropriate, because we're bringing the mystical past to life right now by playing this rather old game. This thing, walking to the Slipgate, this is indeed a Slipgate. It's a kind of teleporter between dimensions, and it does look concerningly like there's been some kind of mishap. A little bit bloodstained. Nonetheless, we shall bravely proceed. Alright, here we are. The Slipgate Complex. Let's get to it. Now, straight away, I know for a fact he's there. There we go, our first enemy is dispatched. Doesn't look too thrilled about it. That is a grunt. And this extremely irritating flashing light is trying to tell us something. So jump up here, shoot this secret door. Very well. And we found our first secret. They won't all telegraph their presence like that. Now, back here, lurking, I do believe, yeah, there he is. Get rid of him. Get his stuff, and also this armour. And that is the lowest level of armour, that's 100 armour. By the way, we are, I believe, according to the story, we are still on Earth at this point. I think every episode starts with a military base like this. You come through this. Well, I suppose we've come from another dimension where we selected the difficulty. Come through a Slipgate to Earth, and doesn't make sense. Anyway, at the end of this, we'll go through a Slipgate into the other dimension, and that's where everything happens. Now, through here, get rid of him, press this button, and go down the lift. Sort these people out. Ow. There we go. Now, some health. I like how I instinctively did that. I used to enjoy just using that as a ramp, getting some air. Here we have our second enemy, a dog, or Rottweiler. I apologise, I will have to kill some dogs in this game. It's a mercy killing. They're not living a good life. It's for their own good, really. Kind of euthanasia. Now, if we drop down here and go through this tunnel, we have another secret coming up. If I drop down some, yeah, here we go, and then aim roughly here. You can tell I've played this game before. Right, now we've got another secret and a big old box of 100 armour. 100 health even. Should come in very handy. Up this lift, and we're back here where the armour was. Now, back the way we came. Launch across there. There we go. What would an FPS be without exploding barrels of some sort? What, I ask you? Is that everyone? Nope. Okay. Now, round here, yeah, there we are. If we shoot the world, and then shoot the world, got another secret, and what I'm pretty sure is the best pickup in the game, quad damage, which, as the name suggests, gives our weapons 4 times the damage. Yep, like that. Exactly. Now, there should be someone else on the left. Yeah, there we go. Pick up this nail gun. Oh no, it's a trap. And since I've got the quad damage, may as well. Because let's face it, that's pretty much the only time we're going to see that axe. Now, we don't want to fall in that because, as I recall, that is distinctly unhealthy. Fortunately, we have this nice handy bridge. And over here is a target we can shoot. Now look, another secret. And a double-barreled shotgun. Which will kill a grunt in one shot if you get close enough. They are not close enough. It's very handy how they make a death noise, so you know when you've got them. A grunt is grunting furiously. Now I think, no, I'm sure, up there. Come on, I know you're in there. There we go. Any more? Yep. Yeah, and you. Come on. Now this door down here is closed, which is why we're pressing these buttons. Let's open the door and let him out. Now before we go down there, these steps are leading to a secret. We need to jump on top of this light. Oops. Wow. The competence. The skill. There we go. That could have ended in tears. And we've got another 100 health. Now, as I said, we don't want to go in that slime. Unless we have a biosuit. Isn't that handy? The biosuit allows us to swim in the slime and just stay in liquid for longer. So we go through here, swimming at impossible speed. And we've got another secret and 150 armour, which is very welcome. Past these severed heads, decorating the place nicely, and round the corner into them. Oh, there's loads of them. Make full use of the natural cover. Oh, come on. Right, there we go. Oh yeah, a little Easter egg. The nail gun ammunition has the 9 Inch Nails logo on it, because, get it? It's full of 9 Inch Nails. Also, just looking there, I've just noticed, isn't that the Strog logo from the other Quake games? I think it is, very similar anyway, which the other Quake games have absolutely nothing to do with this one, so... anyway, there we are. That is level 1 of Quake complete. On we go. Oh, yeah, because of the text scaling issue, those stats should be in the middle of the screen, but they're not, they're in the corner. Never mind. 6 secrets, 42 kills. Time 6:45. I believe you can do this level. I saw a speed run that was something like 33 seconds or something daft, but obviously I've been blabbing. So, on we go. Okay, this is the Castle of the Damned, I think, and let's just, before he wanders off, that over there, tossing grenades with wanton abandon, is an ogre, and yeah, you don't want to get anywhere near those if at all possible. He, in addition to his obviously grenade launcher, is brandishing a chainsaw, which don't want to get too close because he will cut you into tiny pieces. I need some health. Now if we drop into this water, got some nice nail gun ammunition, and why is that wall a different colour, I wonder? Surely it's not a secret. Oh, look at that, it is. And round here... Oh, there he is. That is a... Scrag? Skag. Scrag. Scrag. Skag is Borderlands. And also heroin. The Scrag just kind of floats around and is really annoying. But they are quite easy to kill, so they've got that going for them. Oh, just on secrets, by the way. I'm not going to be religious about them. If I know there's a secret somewhere, I'm not going to be able to stop myself. Or if it's really obvious there's a secret or something like that. But I'm not going for 100% secrets, 100% kills. That's not my mission here. My challenge is, can I complete this game on Nightmare mode, having not played it God knows how long. If I do get all secrets, bonus, but it's not #1 priority. Anyway, on we go. The end of him. Oh, he didn't like that very much. Will you stop that? Thank you. Right, now. I think there's another one over here. Yeah, there is. Okay. That door we don't want to go through. I think, can we go? I think we can, but we don't want to because there's no point, because there's a locked one somewhere on the other side. Right, we've got double-barreled shotgun, which we would be picking it up for the first time had we not found the secret in the previous level, so hooray for us. Another scrag. Go away. Ow, that was my face. I think the trick with them is you want to get close enough that they can't throw grenades, but and then jump out of the way of the chainsaw at the last minute, but it's obviously easier said than done. Where'd you go? Come back. Oh yeah, please do get hit by the nails. Come on. Come on. Don't make me do the work. Okay, he's down. Don't want to forget those. Now, I've already been wounded by this thing. Let's try not to do it again. How? Oh no, well. Let's get rid of him. Rather like that. Trying to be conservative with my nail gun ammunition because it does run down pretty quickly. Now. Anyone? Yeah, those people. Down they go. Now here's a button I can shoot, but I do remember when I shoot it, stuff is going to happen. Yeah, that stuff. I did say they were easy to kill. I think that was a bit of an exaggeration. Now we can get some nice armour, which we like. Stock up on health and ammo. Oh yeah, we've got another suspiciously differently coloured wall, which I think I want the nail gun for this. Bugger off. Don't swing that at me. Wow, made a meal of that. These are knights, which wow, look at core strength on him, even in death, and the face strength, to be honest. Yeah, knights, fortunately melee weapons only, which is nice, but they do run pretty quickly, so got to make an effort to avoid them. Now, round the corner, sort him out. Right, press this button, brings out this drawbridge, but I think, is this where? Yes. Another secret. Gets us, well, should get us some armor, but that's 100 armor, and we've already got 126, so that is basically useless. But at least we got the secret. On we go. Background here. Ow. Right. Running, 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 running. Get that health. Now we want this silver key. Door opens. Grunt dies. Oh, shit. Bit of a mouse flail there. Go away. Go away. And go away. Now back up here. I wonder why that stone is sticking out like that. It's a button. Who'd have thought it? Yes, quad damage. Give me the quad damage. Right, I want to make use of this. Like that. And that. Step on this button. Oh. That has released that thing. Well, I've still got the quad damage. Ow. Grenades to the face repeatedly. Right, now, what happened when those buttons got pressed was it released one of these. The Fiend, which is it's kind of like the Pinky from Doom, it's only like sharper and slashier. They like to eviscerate you with their pointy claws. They also move very fast and just leap at you from great distances, so they are a pain in the arse. Did I get the nail gun? No, not all of it. There we go. Any more shells anywhere? Yes, there are. Okay, we've got full complement of shells, full health. Not as much armour as I'd like, but never mind. And is that everything? Yes, it is. Right, we're done with level 2. On we go. 3 secrets, 42 kills. Alright, I think that'll do for now. Come back next time for level 3, the Necropolis.